Good evening. It's simply unaffordable and must be cancelled. Ofgem announces the new energy price cap. From October, a typical household can now expect their bills to go from £1,971 to £3,549 per year for their gas and electricity. That's up 80% from the last rise back in April. The price for electricity will rise on average from 28 pence per kilowatt hour to 52 pence, and gas will go from 7 to 15 pence per kilowatt hour. It is a dramatic increase that's caused many to wonder just how they'll be able to afford to heat their homes and eat this winter. Well, our reporter Brandon Cook has been gauging reaction to the increase today.
These giant tower blocks are home to hundreds of people. Many of the apartments have old storage heaters which are notoriously expensive to run. Chris lives in this flat with his wife and son. It usually costs around £300 per month to heat their home, but this morning he learned it will probably shoot up to around £500.
The cost of heating in this particular building, because the storage heaters, they're very expensive to start with before an 80% price increase. So it'll be putting the heating on few and far between, and obviously it's going to eat into the family budget massively. I think sometimes I might have to maybe cook some meals for some of the elderly people in the building that stay, particularly in the bit I stay in, and make sure they're getting a hot meal, because I don't think they maybe afford to be able to do it.
Hi Hazel, how are you doing? You alright? Down the hall are Hazel and Ian. Today's announcement hasn't sunk in yet. They're considering spending more of the winter at their daughter's.
I'm just disgusted. We'll just have to pay it or be frozen. I just don't care. But my daughter says we can go down and stay with her in the winter time. I just don't care if it's going to happen. 3,000 a year, it's a lot of money, is it?
From October the 1st, the energy price cap will rise by 80%, which will send the average household's yearly bill from £1,971 to £3,549. In January, it's expected to rise to almost £5,400, and in April, £6,600.
Some families are going to either feed their kids or heat their houses and not going to be able to both.
It's very difficult to sit and count things out and just see what you've got left. Once you pay your bills, you've got like nothing left at the end of the month.
Freeze prices, not people! Freeze prices, not people!
Today in Dundee's Lochee area, food bank volunteers used to helping those most in need say they are now struggling too.
I've got 4 children myself. My husband's got a good paying job, and we have found ourselves at the end of the week from gas and electricity prices, rising fuel costs, and at the end of the week, there's just no money spare.
We say fight back!
The regulator blames the rise on wholesale gas prices.
What's happened since then is a slow and deliberate turning off of gas into Europe by Russia, and that means prices have spiked even further.
The Scottish Government have labelled the increase as unsustainable, warning it will push millions into fuel poverty. But time is short for governments to intervene to prevent families having to make more difficult choices.
People are struggling here and now, waiting weeks or months to get clarity in terms of additional support that may be coming. It's not been guaranteed yet.
Number 10 insists more help for households is on the way. But until the next Prime Minister is in place, we won't know exactly what that help will be. Brandon Cook, STV News.